Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s family taking some serious shots at President Trump's pick to lead the Department of Health and Human Services. This comes as he gets ready to take the hot seat today for the first of two confirmation hearings. In a letter addressed to the Senate, former ambassador to Australia and Japan, Caroline Kennedy, calling her cousin a predator, urging lawmakers not to confirm her cousin, who she says is addicted to power, and, quote, preys on the desperation of parents and sick children. NewsNation's Tom Dempsey has the latest from Washington. Tom, shots fired. This is sure to be one of, if not the most controversial and closely watched confirmation hearings of the second Trump administration. What do you expect to see today when Mr. Kennedy sits down before the members?
Hey, good morning, Nick. Look, this hearing kicking off in just a few hours. This is the first of two for Health and Human Services Secretary nominee Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Like you were kind of saying, this has all the makings of political must-see TV. We're talking about issues like abortion and vaccines that could come up. And now we have that scathing letter you just showed right there from a family member of the nominee who also happens to be the daughter of a former president of the United States. So to dive into sort of what we could hear today, this hearing is going to be taking place in front of the Senate Finance Committee and is expected to have, RFK is expected to have to answer for his past comments about vaccines and how he supported discredited claims that vaccines cause autism. He's tried to downplay those comments recently, saying he will not take away shots if confirmed. But senators are also likely going to dig into RFK's abortion stance as well. Some Republicans are worried about his past comments supporting the procedure. In fact, former Vice President Mike Pence has already come out saying the Senate should reject RFK for it. But it's that scathing letter to senators from Caroline Kennedy, the daughter of former President John F. Kennedy, that could bring fireworks. In it, she calls her cousin a predator.
Unlike Bobby, I try not to speak for my father. But I am certain that he and my Uncle Bobby, who gave their lives in public service to our country, and my Uncle Teddy, who devoted his long Senate career to the cause of improving health care, would be disgusted.
Again, a lot to watch out for with today's hearing. It kicks off at 10 a.m. Eastern time here in Washington, D.C., and then there's another hearing tomorrow as well with RFK in front of the Senate Health Committee. Nick?
And, Tom, that's the big question. Caroline Kennedy isn't one who's out there publicly. She's not on social media. She doesn't tweet constantly. She's a former diplomat. Does her letter, her accusation, a family member, does it carry more weight? And does this weigh against RFK Jr.'s chances at actually getting confirmed?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. We just don't know yet because there are some votes that still seem to be up in the air. And we're talking about Republicans and Democrats here. Like I said, some Republicans have voiced concerns about RFK's past comments on abortion. Some Democrats, though, have come out in support of RFK for a stance on things like food regulation and getting rid of dyes in foods. Some people to keep an eye on. Republican Senator Bill Cassidy from Louisiana, he chairs the Senate Health Committee. He's a physician with concerns about RFK on vaccines. And Republican Senator James Lankford of Oklahoma, also concerned, but over RFK's abortion stance, though other Republicans that NewsNation has spoken to directly say they are looking very much forward to working with RFK. But, Nick, buckle up because these hearings over the next 2 days are going to be very interesting to watch.
And, Tom, of course, NewsNation will cover it all. Tom Dempsey live at our nation's capital. Tom, thank you.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.